Good morning from the heart, August 2nd, one equal with God. Philippians 2:6 says, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God. The divine Son of God was the only sacrifice of sufficient value to fully satisfy the claims of God's perfect law. The angels were sinless but of less value than the law of God. They were amenable to law. They were created beings and probationers. Upon Christ, no requirements were laid. He had power to lay down his life and to take it again. No obligation was laid upon him to undertake the work of atonement. It was a voluntary sacrifice that he made. His life was of sufficient value to rescue sinners from their fallen condition, just like Isaac, who voluntarily laid down his life so that Abraham could sacrifice him. The sacrificial offerings and the priesthood of the Jewish system were instituted to represent the death and mediatorial work of Christ. All those ceremonies had no meaning and no virtue, only as they related to Christ. So as we look at the sacrificial system throughout the Old Testament, they all pointed to Christ. Sheep, goats could not cleanse us from sin. It had to be a God-man that died in our place. The Lord had made known to Adam, Abel, Seth, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, and the ancient worthies, especially Moses, that the ceremonial system of sacrifices and the priesthood of themselves were not sufficient to secure the salvation of one soul. The system of sacrificial offerings pointed to Christ. Through these, the ancient worthies saw Christ and believed in him. These were ordained of heaven to keep before the people the fearful separation which sin had made between God and the human family, requiring a mediating ministry. Through Christ, the communication was cut off because of Adam's transgression was open between God and the ruined sinner. The Jewish system was symbolical and was to continue until the perfect offering should take the place of the figurative. The people of God, from Adam's day down to the time when the Jewish nation became a separate and distinct people from the world, had been instructed in regard to the Redeemer to come, which their sacrificial offerings represented. This Savior was to be a mediator, to stand between the Most High and his people. Angels could not have done it. A human could not have done it. It had to be Jesus, the Messiah, Yahshua. Through this provision, a way was opened whereby the guilty sinner might find access to God through the mediation of another. Christ alone could open the way by making an offering equal to the demands of the divine law. The law requires perfection, and only God, only Jesus could do that. Jesus was perfect and undefiled by sin. He was without spot or blemish, and we are grateful for his sacrifice. May we not take it for granted. I hope you have a great day today. Live from the heart.